Hey everybody, one Weezum here. It is December 31st, 2013 and 11, well, you can't see that very well, 11:40 p.m. Basically 20 minutes here on the Central Standard Time zone until the new year. New year, great time to do this. This was actually a Christmas gift. It is not in relation to anything on the screen, but rather this. This, of course, actually really hard to get in the frame here, but it's a wall calendar. It is a 2014 Skylanders calendar. Last year had a Skylanders Giant specific calendar, but this one is just Skylanders in general. Featured characters here, we got Tree Rex featured prominently with Jetvac. We've got Spyro, looks to be a Series 2 pose. Ninja Stealth Elf, that tells the Swap Force is involved, as does Washbuckler. Then we got Hot Dog, looks to be a Series 1 from Giants, same with Pop Fizz there. Usually when I get calendars, I avoid looking at the backside. I don't really want to know what the previous or the next month is going to be. However, that wouldn't work well for this, so we're going to go ahead and take a look. That pretty much shows everything, but let's see here. Made in Korea, US $14.99. Don't know what this cost or where it came from. Again, we'll say Christmas present. Good grief. Don't really have fingernails, and that's not working in my advantage in this case. There we go. Once you get that first piece off, then you can pretty much go to town on these things. Let's see here. Got a couple of other kind of like last minute videos I'm going to try to get cranked out. I've got one more on this card. My nephew and I made it earlier tonight. I guess you'll see that. It'll be something, I don't know how many people will really get into it, but I think it'll be pretty neat. Looks like this is actually made by Mead, or Med, I can't remember how you pronounce it. It was the notebook paper people from when I was a kid. That said, let's get started here. We might have, yeah. So here's Hot Dog. He's kind of like your generic character. There's his artwork. He kind of covered September, October, November, and December. Only need December for about 20 minutes of this day. So, yeah, turn it on. Tree Rex is January. Not sure I would agree with that character selection for January, but, you know, nonetheless, not too shabby. Next up is February. This is Washbuckler. He actually would have been even better than Tree Rex for January, in my opinion. There's an idea of what we're looking at. March, Trigger Happy again. If I had to pick, I would have put Tree Rex here. Just I associate green with the month of March. Again, that's actually like a Skylanders Giants pose of Trigger Happy. Right here, April. Ninja Stealth Elf. Can't argue too much with that one, but she also would have been a great choice for March, in my opinion. She works well for April, I suppose. Might have done like a magic character there personally. May, we've got Jetvac. I can't argue with that. Again, this is actually his Giants pose. It's not the Turbo Jetvac for Swap Force. Next up, we have Cardboard to keep everything firm. The character, though, is actually Magna Charge. That's a pretty cool artwork there. He's, of course, Swap Force character. June 2014. Coming up next in July, we've got Pop Fizz. Again, I might have done him in April. Well, that's just me. Not really a big deal as long as you like the characters showcased. Of course, there on the sidebar, you've got the Elemental logo and then the name. Hadn't mentioned that, but hopefully you've seen it yourself. August 2014, we've got Crusher. Given the fact the background there kind of looks like an intense heat, I know he's Earth Element, but that works for August, usually one of your hottest months. Coming up, we've got September Blast Zone. Again, that would have worked really well in August, actually, in my opinion, than maybe Crusher. But once again, as long as you like the characters, it's not too big a deal, as long as they're in the calendar. October, this one actually makes sense. It's Hex. Of course, she wasn't reposed in this one. I believe that would be her giant standard pose there, but at least they used Undead Element character for the month of October. Now, November. Would not have used Whirlwind in November. That kind of looks more like her Series 1 pose. I guess it could be Series 2. It's definitely not Hornblast Whirlwind, but again, as long as you like the character, it doesn't really matter where they're positioned. Lastly, we've got Spyro. I guess their idea was they saved the best for last or something. That's not too terribly off. I mean, for the month of December, obviously Jolly Bumble Blast would have been awesome, but not sure if they were aware of him when these calendars were probably made. That's it. That is it. It's a 16-month calendar as advertised. If you got yours early, you can actually make use of, Hot Dog and all these pages. Bear in mind, I mean, if you don't like one of the characters or something, say you love Hot Dog, you don't really cater for Tree Rex, just pull Tree Rex off and, have that part of Hot Dog show or something. But again, these are available. The good news is if you don't already have one, calendar prices tend to go down. The only issue you run into is sometimes as early as like the end of January, it gets really hard to find certain calendars. So it's kind of a crapshoot on whether or not, what you're looking for will actually be half price or liquidated or just completely gone. So always keep that in mind. But once again, this was just a Christmas gift. If you're into Skylanders, it's something cool to have. You can hang it on the wall, in your bedroom. You can put it at the office, living room, kitchen, wherever you need a calendar. Just kind of something different, decorative. And again, I think everyone would probably have their select characters for the months. You have to realize by this point in time, you can gauge just by what little bit of mass is on this pool table. There's a crud ton of Skylanders available now, so obviously not everybody can make the calendar. You could divide it up, like do the magic element all together, but then of course it kind of scales back. Instead of seeing full shots of Pop Fizz or Spyro, you might have other characters taking some of the limelight from them. But nonetheless, I mean, like I mentioned, if you're into Skylanders, this is a calendar. Really can't go wrong with it. That said, that's about all she wrote for this one. Chase McCain was hidden. He has fallen from where he was. If you find him, I don't think you can see him right now, but if you found him earlier, feel free to post that up. Again, I am not sure where this came from. It's something that my sister picked up. I have seen them before pretty much anywhere calendars are sold. You can probably track this down. Retail or MSRP is $14.99. Again, you can probably get it for less than that. Don't pay more. That would be crazy. If you can't find it locally, go online, try Amazon, other places like that. You can probably get lucky and a pretty good price there. So be on the lookout for that. Don't know what questions you would have about it, but if you've got something you need to know, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to help you out. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Be sure to check that link at the top. It'll take you to the blog. That's where I suggest you post any questions you may have. I can get to them quicker that way. But probably going to have one more video here before the new year, at least that I record on the pool table, and we'll go from there. But hopefully everybody's had a great 2013, is enjoying fForce, whatever else you may be playing or into at the time, and Happy New Year. I will leave it at that. We will catch you back here shortly.